Hello everybody, welcome to Sports Banner 38. This is Coach Carroll here, and today we're just going to talk about the college football action from yesterday. Excuse me, the big game from yesterday was obviously Michigan and Ohio State. You got a number 10 Ohio State playing a number 4 Michigan, and Ohio State just come out just blasting them, and I actually picked Michigan to make the playoffs. As it turns out, they were a win yesterday and a win next week away from doing it. They do have a good team. I believe Ohio State and the rivalry and being at Ohio State, all those things combined is just different. And the offense, despite Ohio State not playing well this season, they still only lost one game. So now they're 10-1, or no, hold up, they're 11-1 now, I believe. So they really laid an egg against Purdue, got beat pretty bad, but they beat a good Michigan team and they put 62 points on the board against them. So you have to respect Ohio State. And even with just one loss, like I said, they didn't play great the whole season, so consistency is an issue there maybe, but they still only lost one game out of 11, so you've got to give them credit. Actually, they're 11-1 now, so out of 12 games they've lost one, so they're going to be right there on the doorstep of the Final Four. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get them in. You got to consider Oklahoma, also a one-loss team, who was in a just straight-up shootout with West Virginia. They were down by a couple scores late, and they actually were able to rally and end up winning the game 59-56. This seems to be the going theme for yesterday. There was a lot of points scored in some games. Of course, we had a 7 overtime game where LSU lost to Texas A&M by a score 74-72. Now at the end of regulation, it was like 31-28, and you gotta score to stay in the game to keep the overtimes going. So that's why that game ended up being both teams in the 70s. Note on that, they're saying that game is like the highest scoring game in FBS history. There was a game in the early 1900s with Cumberland against Georgia Tech, I think it was, and they lost like 330 something to nothing. So that was the game with the most points scored, and the one team scored all the points. But can you imagine that though? 300 and something points. They literally had to score on almost every single snap, regardless of which side of the ball it was on. That's insane. Clemson at number 2, they kept going, kept their streak alive, winning 56-35. They running the ball really well. They're looking really good. Alabama won the Iron Bowl 52-21. I expected them to win that game, so there's no surprise there. USC, as expected, gave Notre Dame all they wanted, but with that playoff appearance on the line, Notre Dame was able to hold up and go ahead and get that win. So the big question going into Tuesday when they do the BCS rankings, or not the BCS rankings, the playoff rankings, who's going to move in at number 4. Washington State lost to Washington on Friday night, 28-15, so they are out. Oklahoma did win, so they're still in. The team I believe is going to move up is going to be Georgia. They defeated Georgia Tech 45-21. They were at 5. They were not threatened at all, so I see them moving into the top 4 to make the playoffs. But they got Alabama next week, and excuse me guys, I apologize. If Georgia wins that game, then they're for sure in. And then we have controversy because Alabama's not going to get booted out. Let's be honest about it. Alabama's going to get in no matter what happens next week. I believe they could lose by 3 touchdowns and still get into the playoffs. Just my opinion, but we'll see how that goes. If Alabama wins, however, then Georgia's going to scoot back, and then it's probably going to come down to Oklahoma and Ohio State, provided they both win their conference championships next week. So I'm going to do another video about the playoff selections on Tuesday before the playoffs. Just basically give a little bit more in depth about what I believe is going to happen this week. And other than that, that's all we got for this week. Quick note, Dwayne Haskins for Ohio State. He had 5 touchdowns in that game, and it pushed him to 41 for his career, which I believe is the most in Ohio State history. So, you know, good on him. He's looked great all year, so nothing surprising there. Alright guys, that's all I got for this video. I hope everybody enjoyed. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you think. What did I get wrong? What did I get right? I love to hear any feedback that you guys want to give. And please like the video, share the video, and hit the subscribe button down at the bottom. And let's get some good discussion going, guys. Anyway, I hope everyone is enjoying the NFL football today. And, you know, I'll probably do a video about the NFL action tomorrow. Outside of that, I am Coach Carroll. This is Sports Banner 38, and everybody have a wonderful rest of their weekend, and I am out.